Lots of care homes are losing their licenses now, which is why I'm sharing this video so you will know what to do. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fajira. If you're joining me for the very first time, I'm so happy to have you all in our beautiful family. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate. God bless you. If you're new to this channel, I create content on how you can migrate to the UK, jobs with visa sponsorship in the UK immigration updates, live in the UK, scholarships in the UK, like everything you can think about the UK. So if you're someone who is interested in such content, do hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the very first person to see that video. So guys, as earlier mentioned, that a lot of companies are losing their licenses now, which is why I'm sharing this video. I know a lot of people that are in that situation. So I'm sharing this video to let you know what you can do if you're in overseas or you're in the UK and your company's license has been revoked or has been suspended. Before a company license gets revoked, there is a suspension period. So that suspension period, what happens is the employer cannot issue new CUSs, and the CUSs that are on the system during that time are still valid. So Home Office just freezes the portal and the employer will not be able to issue or allocate any new CUS to employees. But if your CUS has been assigned before the suspension, yes, you can use it to apply for your UK visa and your visa will still be granted because the company is on suspension. Now, what the Home Office do, they don't just go straight to revoke a license. There is a suspension period that they use to investigate, and if you're not able to meet up the Home Office compliance, you're not able to show any proof that this is how you have been running your business, this is how you have conducted your interview, this, and if you are not able to show any of those proofs during the suspension period, because the suspension period, they give you time as an employer to bring some documents to show that what they're actually suspecting is wrong. And if you're not able to provide those documents, or if you don't have a very good lawyer to do that for you, then your license will be revoked. So what happens when a company license is on suspension? Home Office removes the name of that company from the license sponsors list. And when that is done, if you have a CUS that has been assigned to you before that was removed, you cannot put in your visa application. But if you had already applied for your visa before the name was removed from the sponsorship list, your visa will still be processed because you have already submitted your application before that happened. So now, if you have not submitted your application, please ensure you submit your application just as you get your CUS, because you don't know what is going to happen to the company. This is not a guarantee to all companies. It's just like going to bed and you're not sure of waking up. It's not something that somebody can manipulate, It could happen to anybody. Once the name is removed from the sponsorship list, like I said, if you want to use your CUS to apply for a visa, you will see that you can't find that company license on the list. But like I said, if you had already applied for your visa, Home Office will still approve it, provided you have all the required documents. But if at the point of the approval of your visa, or when a decision is supposed to be made on your visa, if Home Office have concluded their investigation, they now know that that company's license needs to be revoked, what they will do is your visa will be refused. So it has to do with prayers. Like whenever you're doing anything, you have to put it into God's hands, to be honest. So now, if your application has been with Home Office for a long time, and at the point they are about to make a decision on your application, then they now said, okay, this license has been revoked. Finally, they have finished their investigation. The employer was not able to meet up all the requirements, and they have officially revoked the license. At that point, your visa will be refused based on that, because the company's license has now been removed and there is no company sponsoring you. But while the company is still under investigation, your visa will be approved. I've seen it happen, and within that time you can travel to the UK on time. While the company is under investigation, you can travel to the UK. But once the company is officially revoked, like when I mean they've done their investigation and they finally concluded that this company can no more sponsor people from overseas, then on that note, you cannot travel anymore. If you're in overseas, your visa will be cancelled. They will write to you to say, sorry, this company has been removed from the license sponsored list and you can no longer come to the country on that visa. And if you say you want to come on that visa, you'll be bounced at the airport because they won't let you cross the border. But in a situation whereby maybe you get an information to say this company has got home office issues or they are still doing some verification, guys, get an available ticket and move to the UK, because you can never tell the outcome of the investigation after maybe they've been suspended. And I've seen some companies that actually went through suspension period. They provided all the documents, and at the end of the day, they reinstated them because Home Office did all their findings and they saw that the company was actually meeting their compliance, and they reinstated the sponsorship. And at the same time, I've seen some companies that they did not meet the, like, I just even don't know how to explain, but at the end of the day, their license was revoked and Home Office did not reinstate them. So now, why I'm filming this video is to let you know that once you get your COS, the first thing you should do, even on the night of you receiving your COS, apply for your visa. You don't have to wait. Hey, I'm waiting for this, I'm waiting. I've seen a lot of people that waited this, and they ended up not coming to the UK because while they were still waiting to do this, do that, their company's license was revoked and they couldn't even travel. So once you receive your COS, please, that day, provided the maintenance is ticked, apply for your UK visa. And if you can even pay for priority service, guys, pay for it. And once your visa is out, get on the next flight and move to the UK and start your work. Just in case maybe your company is one of those that Home Office is investigating, because what Home Office does, they pick companies at random. Not like they just say they want to start from A to Z. You don't know when your company you're working with may be picked. And I'm sure that those things are not things that are because of what you did as an employee. Most times the employers don't keep to the rules, to the terms, the Home Office compliance, and that's why most licenses are revoked. So what you will do, like I said, once you receive your COS, guys, please make sure that you apply for your UK visa on time. This is an advice I've given to people and it has worked for them. Some of them are, so it's better you're in the UK. Let the company go through all the verification and everything, and at the end of the day, even if the license is going to be revoked in the end, at least you're already in the UK and you can even get another company to sponsor you. So when the license is revoked, the next stage, Home Office will send a letter after they have told you that owns the company to let your employees know what has happened. They will send a letter to all the employees to say your sponsor's license has been revoked, so you have 60 days to get another sponsorship. If you're working, they even give you options. I've read most of those letters. They even ask you that if you're currently working in another organization that can sponsor, speak to them and see if they can sponsor you. The Home Office will not just come after you, pack your load and start. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything. You're just an employee in the organization, except the reason why the license was revoked has to do with you. That's when they will, like, I don't even think anybody will come to you. They will just write to you and you have to respond to Home Office. So now a lot of people are panicking, confused because they don't know how it works. Now what happens, because this is something I've done for a long time, and even with students, school will write to Home Office and say we have withdrawn this person, and it depends on when Home Office gets back to the student to say you have to leave the country or you look for another sponsorship. Now, even if you have heard that your company's license has been revoked and the Home Office have not written to you, it's not a time to start panicking. You're currently in the UK, for Christ's sake. It's a time for you to start looking for another sponsorship. So now, if the Home Office writes to you in another 3 months, they still give you 60 days. They don't just write to you and say, come and start living in the UK because your license has... No, they give you 60 days. They understand what it takes to look for another employer. So they write to you and say, we're giving you 60 days to get another sponsorship or you leave the country. But now, until you receive that letter, they have not gotten to you. That's not me saying don't look for another sponsorship. If you have heard that your company license has been revoked, look for another sponsorship. But the panic is what you should not put so much in you. Start looking for another sponsorship. But until you receive that letter, that is when the 60 days starts counting from. They will even tell you the end date on the letter. So it's not from when the company officially lost their license that they start counting. And if, let's say, the letter comes to you 2 days before the 60 days, after the company has lost their license, you have to leave in 2 days. No, this country is a country that works with law, and they have law that governs everything. They can't just come and tell you that leave the UK in 2 days because the company's license was revoked some 58 days ago. No, they don't operate like that. From when you receive that letter, that's when you have to start counting. So now I'm filming this video because a lot of people, like a lot of companies on daily basis, I check the register on daily basis, at least 20 companies are removed from the license sponsor list. And this is not a situation that is caused by you, except you are the one that reported the company for maybe anything that made Home Office to start investigating. But this is something that has to do with the employer. So even you getting a job from overseas, now it's not guaranteed that once you get a job, that company is going to be there for 10 years or for 5 years they have sponsored you for. It's not a guarantee. So my advice is, once you get your sponsorship, you get your COS or your certificate of sponsorship, just apply for your visa. If you have money, pay for priority. So you know that which you have achieved within that time, you can use it to get to the UK. And anything that will happen after you're in the UK, you face it. So you don't stay overseas and say you're waiting. I know a lot of people that were waiting for this, I'm waiting for this one. And at the end of the day, their company's license was revoked and they were not able to travel. So guys, I'm filming this video because I've been in touch with a lot of people, not just one, not two. Like, majority of these people I've spoken to are people that the company that brought them to the UK's license have been revoked. So if you're planning to move to the UK, please ensure once your COS is out, quickly go for your visa application, quickly buy your ticket and be in the UK and be working first. Because like I said, you see a lot of companies online, you're applying to them, you're doing everything. You don't know the next company that the Home Office may pick to investigate. And if they do their findings and the company is not meeting the Home Office compliance, they will revoke their license. So it's not like it's something that Home Office will be working from companies that started with A and when they finish, they go to B and C. No, they just pick companies at random. And secondly, if those companies have got issues that people have complained to Home Office about, they do proper investigation. And if they find out that those reports are genuine and they are true, they will revoke the license. Now, when a company license is revoked, doesn't mean that the employer cannot operate in the UK. The employer will still operate in the UK, but the only thing is the employer cannot sponsor people from overseas to the UK anymore, but can sponsor people in the UK. So for instance, if your employer's sponsorship has been revoked and you have gotten another sponsorship elsewhere, you can still work 20 hours with that same employer because he still has the right to employ you because he is not sponsoring your visa anymore. So even when the company is revoked, the employers don't really have so much to lose, but you, the applicant, or you, the employee. Now, after that is revoked, they give them, some companies could get up to 12 months cooling time, depending on their case, and some could get up to 5 years cooling off time. So which means that after 12 months, they can still be licensed to sponsor people because Home Office will give them that time to cool off and sort out everything, and they can still apply for a license. So that's how the UK government works, and that's how the UK law works. For the fact that your license is revoked today does not mean that in the next 12 or 13, 14 months you can't get a license. You will still get a license if you follow the Home Office requirement this time and request for a new license. And sometimes, like I said, it could be up to 5 years or it could be up to 12 months. It depends on your case. So that is just what it is. Once you get your COS, please ensure you apply for your visa. Please don't wait. And once your visa is out, travel immediately with your family. Don't wait. So just in case, like I said, anything is going to go wrong, you're better off being here and sorting yourself than being overseas and you're waiting for this, you're waiting for Amaka, no guys. I'm sharing this out of experiences of people around me and people have spoken to, and this has worked for them. So I hope this works for you too. So guys, this is what it is. I thought I should share it so that you can also prepare yourself. Nobody knows the next company. Like I said, on daily basis, licenses are revoked by Home Office, and nobody knows the next company that may have this problem. But I pray your company should not be one of them, so you can get your job, relocate to the UK, and do what you're supposed to be doing. So guys, we've actually come to the end of this video, and I hope you find this video helpful. Please do hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the very first person to see that video. Until I see you in my next video, guys, do take care and have a lovely day. Bye bye for now.